going on? Blossom is back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Now, it is February 20th, and I can't believe I haven't done one this year yet, but yes, welcome to the first ever garage tour of 2022. I usually do 3 garage tours a year just to see the progression, but to really talk about progression, I want to compare my garage today to my garage review that I did last year in February as well. So here's the difference. February 9th, 2021 to February 20th, 2022. On the 9th of February, a year ago, so I would say about 12 and a half months ago, so a year and 2 weeks, something like that, 54 weeks if you want to call it, I had 1,269 cars. Today, I have 2020. 2020, look at that. 2020 cars. So since the last, I want to say 54 weeks. Let's just call it a year. We'll just call it a year. Since the last year, I have added 751 cars to my garage. Obviously, I've unpacked more than that, but you know, I sell a lot of the cars, I fuse a lot of the cars, so 751 new mainstays, you can say. So Feb 9th, 2021, I had 148 commons. Now I have 219. So in the year, I have had 71 more commons. All of them are fully upgraded besides 2 right now, so 69. Next was uncommons. February 9, 2021, I had 128 commons. Now I have 251. So in a year, I've added 123 max uncommons to my garage. Next up are rares. February 9, 2021, I got 190 rares in my garage. Now I have 327 rares, which means that I have added 137 fully upgraded rares into my garage. Now I say fully upgraded because all my cars rare and below are fully upgraded or nothing. Super rare. So Feb 9, 2021, I had 259 super rares. Now I have 378, so that is an addition of 99 new super rares. That being said though, I don't know how many new fully upgraded super rares I've added to my garage because this includes a lot of fused material that's stock now. And then moving on, ultra rares. Once again, a year ago I had 327 ultra rares and now I have 517. So in a year I have gotten 190 ultra rares, or at least my garage has added 190 ultra rares. Epics, I used to have 140, now it's 196, which is an addition of 56 epics. And last but not least, now this one is probably the most accurate number because I don't sell or fuse any legends, unlike you know the other rarities. So a year ago I had 77 legends. Now I have 132. So in about 54 weeks, I have added 55 new legendaries into my garage. Now with that said, guys, it's really hard to do these garage reviews nowadays because obviously my garage is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This is my most recent max out. It's a Maserati A6G 2000, literally only because it's Year of the Tiger. It looks like a very, very weak RQ10 in comparison. I mean, when you think about it, 9.80 to 60 fully maxed out compared to my Peugeot, which is 8.6, and this is 969 as well, so this could be lower. I mean, to be fair, this could be lower as well because this is 969. But yeah, just horrible stats. I mean, you put it next to the K-Works, 5 more handling on the K-Works, and the K-Works is medium, so yeah, only got it for Year of the Tiger. And like I said, all of my comments are max besides these 2. I have another A6G, which I'm gonna 996, and I have a Lancia, which I also probably gonna upgrade in some way, shape, and form. But yeah, literally only here because of Year of the Tiger. Honestly, all the new commons that you see from my last garage review to now is because of the new tags. I don't unironically collect and max commons. The last time I did that was for American Frontier because I wanted to get all the American Frontier commons, but like I literally still hate this brand. I do not care. Like, this is the other thing. Two-Tone has finally made me max the Smart 4.2 EV. For some reason I could not say that. I thought it was a Ford for a second. Yeah, see, once again, I hate this car. I used to have 5 of them stock, but once again I maxed one just for Two-Tone. So like I said at the start of the video, garage reviews have always been pretty hard for me to record, so because my garage always gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and I don't want this video to end up being feature length. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into 2 parts as I did with the last garage review that I did. This part is going to cover commons all the way to ultra rares this time because the last time was commons to super rares. And then the next part is going to be just epics and legendaries. So obviously I'm going to go through the first couple of rarities really quickly. I think I'm gonna start slowing down when it comes to rares, but you know, like I said, like I know most people might not really be interested in commons and uncommons, and that's why I'm going through them really quickly, but I can't call it a garage tour if I don't show you like 20% of my garage, so we'll just get through this really quickly. Like I said, all the new uncommons you see in here are because I needed them for a tag or something. All of the commons that you've seen before, like the Mustang Boss, the Chrysler Laser, all of them are like great uncommons. They're Blossom choices, you know what I mean? So, or even the Nissan Micra Super Turbo or the Bluebird. Anything that's new here is because I needed it for a tag, like this one, the Citroen CX GTI Year of the Tiger. So this one's new. I 996'd it because it has good MRA and a high top speed for an uncommon. And as you can see, I've only owned it for 10 days, 0 races, 0% win ratio. This one's pretty new as well, Citroen C5. What you'll see as a trend here is that I'm maxing out a lot of cars that aren't American because I've already maxed out most of the Americans already. So I'm kind of working on other things outside my specialization now. And I don't think we're going to be getting a new American update anytime soon. So it looks like my American collection might be hitting a peak at the end of this year. But yeah, let us begin with rares now. We went through really quickly my 251 commons and 219 commons, 251 uncommons and 219 commons. Now let's talk about 327 rares. Every single rare you see here is maxed besides one. It's a Year of the Tiger rare, which I need to work on. But besides that, every other rare you're gonna see here is fully upgraded. No 2-star, no 1-star, just 1 stock and 326 max rares. So rares, you know, slowly but surely, I'm gonna get every rare in the game and max it out. I'm the kind of guy, because I know like Android, right? Android Fanatic, he has this thing for collecting every rare, and he's done it, so congratulations to him. But I couldn't do that because like there's so many rares that he has that are just bone stock. I can't just leave it there. It would annoy me, it would kill me with the OCD. It has to be maxed. As you can see here, everything is maxed. And like I said, besides that one Jag, which I think we'll see in a bit. I think it's we might have passed it already. I think it was 32 actually. Yeah, no, it was actually 12. It was somewhere. It was Year of the Tiger. But yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, I'm going through this pretty quickly. I'll slow down. Like I said, I'm slowing down now already, but I'll slow down even more when it comes to ultra rares, epics, and legends. So if you have any questions for the lower rarities, just feel free to pause the video and ask me a question down below. But yeah, as you can see, this is my rare collection. I'm very proud of it. I think one thing I usually don't do in garage reviews, which I want to do in this garage review, is to show you the bear statistics. So like how many of these rares are actually American, how many of these rares are actually Japanese. The only reason why I clicked the Buick was because it's new. It's silver screen. I've had it for 67. Oh, what? I've had it for 67 days? The thing is, right? I only added this into my garage when we got the silver screen tag. You know what I mean? So that means that the silver screen tag has been in top drives for over 2 months now. So what I'm trying to say is that you can't really complain if you can't finish the lower parts of the challenge, because as this Buick Sabre is showing, is that we've been given more than 2 months to collect this car. You know what I mean? To collect and max this car. Usually that's why when it comes to these, that's why when it came to Horror Show and Christmas Collection, you didn't really see me complaining about it too much. We had the time to max it out. I know a lot of people were complaining about, oh, we don't have time to collect all these cars and max them out. Like I said, man, silver screen, this tag has been in the game now for over 2 months because I only got this car because of the tag, and not I wouldn't touch it. And I haven't used it at all. Right? Zero races, I think it said. No, 9 races. Okay, I think I used it in like clubs against bots. My newest rare max out, I think, is the 695 Tributo Maserati. I've only had it for 3 days, 0%, 0%. The main reason why I got this was because, like I said, I'm kind of just maxing out obscure stuff now because I have the American stuff on lockdown. So a lot of these cars you might see are, you know, mainstays. They've been in multiple garage reviews now, like the i3, the Vantage, and that's why I'm going through this pretty quickly as well. You know, the 5 Land Rover Defender 10 Army, I'm really proud of that one. That used to be common. This one's a pretty new max out too. You might be thinking maybe I'm just going to go and get all the I guess it's not that new. I've had it for what, 23 days? Yeah, 23 days, 23 races. That's funny. 65% win ratio. I mean, I kind of found a nice little niche for this. For all drive events and clubs. It's just, you know, very light. A very light card to use, under 1,000 kgs, and has a low 0 to 60, but the handling isn't very good. When you think about it, for 1 IQ less, you can use the Dodge Stealth, which has 2 handling more. Little slower, 0 to 60, like 5.5, but like I'd rather use the Stealth anyway. But yeah, the thing is that this is light, and it has the name Ferrari. It's the only car with the Ferrari in the name, I think. I mean, there's like a Super Air of Pininfarina. Oh yeah, of course, I gotta talk about the Stegias. Love myself a Stegia. I got 4 of those. I got 4 of the Demon Roasters. I also did a video dedicated to my duplicates, so I don't need to talk about my duplicates too much because I already have a video dedicated to that. So yeah, we're moving on. This stuff is mainstays. You've seen this in, I think, 5 garage reviews, 5 garage tours at this point, 2 Ghiblis, 2 Lotus Elises, 3 Rally Specs, and of course, I think I have 25 now? 25 fully upgraded 996. Every single one is 996. I know people are asking me, Blossom, why don't you 9691 or 8881 just for fun? Here's the thing, I actually use this car in clubs, and I did that with my Firebird collection. So if we move back down to, I think it was 36. Yeah, so I did this, right? I have an 888. I think this is the 888 one because it's 68. Yeah, I have 888. And what happens is sometimes I go into clubs and I think, okay, I need to use the Firebird because the requirements are rare and it's drag or speed of light. I just put in 3 Firebirds. Then suddenly I get like a loss. I'm just like, wait, why the hell did that loss? And then I realize, oh my god, I didn't put in my 996 Firebird. I put in my 888, or I put in my 969, or I put in my 699, you know? So I was like, you know what? I want to be as efficient as possible. I don't want there to be a chance where I put in the wrong upgraded charger in a race. So I'm just going to make every single charger I have 996. I mean, let's be honest. Why do you want to 969 this? Do you want 67 handling? Like, why? But yeah, I have, I think, 25 of these. Obviously, they're all wish listed. They'll always be wish listed. One annoying thing is that when you get a wish listed car and you add it to your garage, it automatically takes away the wishlist feature. Yeah, I don't want that, bro. I want this wishlisted for life. I always want more chargers. I'm on 25 now, so I'm 25% to getting 100, and I want 100, and 200, 300, 400, and more. But yeah, that wraps up my rares. So now let's move on to super rares. So we'll go by this super quickly as well. Now, I want to talk about super rares real quick. 267 are locked, which means that about, 262 are fully upgraded. The only reason why this number is different is because 5 of them, how do I find these? Yeah, can be upgraded. They're all prize cars, I think. Yeah, they're all prize cars. So my Dupe Superbird, my 2 Rovers, the Alpha, and the Mini Cooper. The only reasons why is because, you know, they're prize cars, so I have them locked. So super rares, as you can see, I have a 267 locked, 111 are fuse material, 194 uniques, 184 duplicates, and let's talk about country. So in my super rare garage, 101 are Japanese, 43 are German, I only have 43? What? Yo, look at that in comparison. 101 are Japanese, and that is mainly because of the championships, okay? 110 are American, 53 British, 36 Italian, 29 French, and 6 Swedish. I actually have you know what? Because most of the German like super rares are Volkswagens, and I don't want to deal with that, or like crappy BMWs. But at the end of the day, I think most of my German super rares are BMWs anyway. I'm pretty sure most of them are BMWs manufactured. Only 13. That's actually not that many, considering that's a 4.7, 3.7, 1, 2, 8 Volkswagens. It's actually, I mean, the most is BMW, but that's not as much as I thought it was going to be. That's actually crazy. Well, let's talk about fully upgraded, because these are the cars that I actually care about. So fully upgraded, and let's go by country. So on super rares, 61 are Japanese, 33 are German, 88 are American, 32 are British, 27 are Italian, and 18 French, with 3 Swedish. So I think I'm just going to show you my fully upgraded collection. Fuse material is literally just fuse material, so I don't know why you would want to see that. But yeah, maybe I'll go through the fuse material really quickly. These are my max super rares. Now, a lot of them, once again, I max just for tags. I only max super rares for tags, because you know me, I really enjoy maxing out ultra rares and rares. Those are the 2 rarities I like to work on, and super rare is kind of in between. You know, I like to go high and go low. You know, I don't want to be in the middle, because if you're in the middle, that's like losing by 50 everywhere. I don't like that, you know. So the only reason why I max super rares, and the only new super rares you're gonna see here that are max, are JPT, or because I need them for like Two-Tone or Horror Show, or you know, something like that. Year of the Tiger, blah blah blah. A great example would be this one, Lancia Thema. No way! There's just zero possibility that I was ever gonna max this if it didn't have the Year of the Tiger tag. This car has been in the game since like 2018, because this isn't a Italian Renaissance car. This was in with the Lancia update that came out, I think, like 2018, like early game, right? And yeah, there was no way in hell I was touching it. It has a horrendous 0 to 60. The MRI I don't think is that good. I mean, sleeper tag is fake. We know that with the Ultra Rare Jag. But the only reason I maxed it is because of the Year of the Tiger. You know, you never know what you need. Ford Sierra Cosworth is one of those rare cars, right, that I max not because of Year of the Tiger. I've had this for a very long time now. How long, actually? 359. Not even a year. Wow. Okay, I thought it was gonna be more than a year at least. And obviously, I can't do a garage tour without showing you the oldest car in my garage. If I remember correctly, this should be 1,627 days. Yes, sir. This is the oldest car in my garage. Let me know if you have a car older than this or a car that's even close to that. That is a very old car. That dates back to 2017 September. I don't know what day, but it's September 2017. But yeah, moving on now. Most of my new Super Rare max outs are literally either to do with a tag or Japanese because of the Nissan championships. So I've kind of been maxing out a lot of Japanese super rares. It's pretty nice because I've already finished off my collection with American cars, so I can work on other stuff now. Once again, JCW wouldn't max this in a million years, but because it has a two-tone tag, it's max now. But yeah, a lot of these American ones you would have seen for a very long time already. So we have the Megane. You'd be surprised, the Peugeot Rally 504 is a relatively new max out. Now I've had it in my garage for less than a month. I've only recently maxed out maybe a week ago, something like that, which is crazy because this car has been in the game for over a year. And only now have I decided to max it. And, you know, it came in good time because they're like Peugeot ×5 in clubs as we speak right now. So I've been using that a lot. It hasn't been winning me a lot of races, though. As you can see, it has a win ratio of... Oh, actually, no, it has been winning me a lot of races. 82%. Never mind. For some reason, I thought it was like 20. I don't know why. I got my Flex army. I got 3 of them. I love the Ford Flex. I love how it looks. I also have my army of Fiat Abarths. I've already talked about why I have 5 of them in my duplicate video, so if you want to know why, go check that out. But I guess we can focus on the single ladies over here, the single cars. We have a Nissan Silvia spec. I do want to get a second one of those, even though I don't really use it that much. Yeah, 61 races. That's a very good win ratio. But I've only really used this in challenges, mainly JPT tune-ups for a Tri-Series. Outside of that, I don't really use it that much because I have 4 sprints. I should get a 5th sprint just because. I have 2 XJS Trans Ams. Shout out to Reese. I had to max the second one because we were playing a game when Reese was in the pack opening stream, and he was like, "Yeah, you have to max out the 5th car," and that was the 5th car. So those are one of the cars. There are actually a couple cars in here I had to max because we played that game. I haven't played that game in a while, but I should bring it back for the next pack opening. One of my newest max outs as well, a 699 Buick GNX. 699 is the way to go on the Buick GNX, especially if you only deploy on city streets medium and small. 62 days, 74 races, 89% win ratio. Love this car, really love it. Chick Hicks, right? But yeah, before we move on to ultra rares, I just want to talk about the country statistics for rare real quick because we didn't do that, right? So 64 of my rares are Japanese, 32 are German, USA obviously the biggest with 124, 53 are British, 33 are Italian, 16 are French, 4 are Swedish, and 1 is Dutch. So this is pretty interesting, the one Dutch being the one Donkerford that I have. It looks like USA is always first and Japan is always second, and I think JPT had a big influence with making Japan second. So let's move on to uncommons, bring back to country. Once again, USA first with 83, Japan second with 73, that's actually really close. Third place is the UK of 37, 21 Germany, 19. I have more French uncommons than I do Italian uncommons. That's actually crazy. 19 French and 18 Italian, nothing else. And last but not least, let's talk about commons. So country, 1 Australian. So once again, the biggest USA, 50. Japan second, 37. Not even actually. UK is second, 41. Japan third, 37. Germany with 28. Italy with 29. And France with 30, but that's also because we were forced to collect like 5 of those Peugeots and I've just kept them around. But yeah, last but not least, let's talk about, for this video at least, ultra rares. So I'm gonna go into ultra rarity, and let's go into countries. So over here, just give you a brief rundown. This includes fused material: 110 Japanese, 115 German, 125 US, 103 British, 37 Italian, 18 French, 6 Swedish, 1 Dutch, and 2 Australian. But of course, let's talk about fully upgraded cars, because that's really what I care about. So if we go into status and we go, I have 446 fully upgraded ultra rares, and in terms of fused material, I have 70, I believe. 70. Yeah, I have 70 fused material. All of them are unlocked, of course. So yeah, as you can see, it's very organized. I take pride in that. Okay, so in terms of cars that actually matter, 110 American, first place. Second place is Germany with 102. Then we have the UK with 91 max British cars, 86 Japanese, 34 Italian, 14 French cars, 6 Swedish, 1 Dutch, and 2 Australian, both of them being Malus. So with that said, let's end off with my ultra rare collection. I make ultra rare dedicated videos every time I max out, every time I hit a new milestone in a century. So the next ultra rare video you're probably going to see is when I have 500 max ultra rares, and we're about 60 ultra rares away from that. So I'll get by this really quickly as well, because I'm sure you know what my collection looks like. Now, this is very, very, very heavily orientated and curated for clubs. This is in duplicate. One of my most recent ultra rare max outs, I haven't even posted it on my Instagram yet, is this. It's a 699 RX-7 to pair with my 969 RX-7. At the end of the day, I think it's good to have 2 for, Year of the Tiger. Ultra rares isn't really much of a concern. It's a brand that I put a lot of resources, or a rarity that I put a lot of resources into. So every time there's a new tag, I never really worry about ultra rare, because I'm going to have a lot of cars that fit the bill. It's usually the lower rarities and the higher rarities, and every rarity that isn't ultra rare that kind of worry me. But ultra rares at least is a mainstay. I got everything. I maxed a lot of useless ultra rares, like this Bentley. To be fair, it did help me in the Bentley event though. And talking about useless Bentleys, not very useful. The Bentley EXP was actually a key car in that Bentley event for me. So there you go. I still think it's overpriced. I don't think it's worth our 95 RQ, but it did get me value, okay? But like I said, like you can have good food, like good pasta, but you might feel like even though it's tasty, is it worth how much you paid for it? The bill, that's what I feel about the Bentley right now, okay? I don't think it's a trash car. It's just that I don't think it's worth its RQ. But yeah, moving on. This one, new one as well. TVR 450 SE 233. Once again, no purpose. Just, I had it stock, so I maxed it. 0 races, 0% win ratio. It's probably going to stay that way until it gets a special tag. That's literally it nowadays. Like I said, I'm in a very special, and I'm very grateful to be in this position where I have already maxed out every key ultra rare in the game, every key ultra rare I need. So right now, I'm just working on what I don't have anymore. The fact whether the car I'm working on is useful or not is irrelevant to me anymore, because I have all the useful ones, or at least most of them. I would love to have an Aero Atom 1 and a second 037 and a third 037 and a fourth 037, but hey, we can't have everything. Next one, this one's a pretty new one as well. Raced it twice, only for 57 days, but I only recently maxed out, I think, like 3 days ago. So this is 699. Once again, if you have any questions, let me know down in the questions in the comments below. I'll answer them anytime. 4 Lotus 340Rs. We also have 1 G37. I need a second G37. I'm gonna be real with you. I need that car in my life. Such a good car, man. Such a good car. Please pause me. Yes, I was looking for this. The BMW M5, the oldest ultra in my garage. More specifically, the drag spec. Even better is you have the Tiger, and I have 3 of each. So I'm prepared for that one, Chief. Yeah, had this for 1,612 days, 1,430 races with a win percentage of 76%. And where are my manners? Every time I do a garage review, there are always 2 cars I need to talk about. One being my legacy, being my oldest car ever, and the other one, we have to pay homage and our respects to Tahoe, the Chevrolet Tahoe Custom. If it wasn't for this car, I would not have the Demon on the first time. So yeah, 1,128 days old. I've raced it 490 times. It's a trash ultra rare, I'm gonna be real with you, but I don't care. It won me the Demon. But yeah, moving on. This one is Year of the Tiger. I maxed it, yeah, 969. because I do believe it has traction control and ABS. Yes, it does. It's from 2020. It should have. It's also Japanese, so it should have. But yeah, moving on, we have 2 expeditions, 2 stealths. Yeah, the BMWs. This was because of Christmas collection, but like I said, I have no regrets upgrading any ultra rares in my garage. I'm very proud of my ultra rares. I'm very proud of my ultra rare collection, and I'm really like, it's funny because I started playing this game before Cannonball, but now I'm kind of aiming for what Cannonball has done. Cannon has maxed every ultra rare in the game, and I want to do that as well. There are some ultra rares in the game that I'm really apprehensive of maxing though, like the Tribeca and like some of the, you know, RQ50 BMWs. So those would probably be the last of the last that I ever touch. But you know, for now, I'm maxing all of the ultras that I can get. If it's not a Tribeca, if it's not a Volkswagen, you know, I've opened my avenues to Peugeot. Okay, I actually have every single Peugeot ultra max. They're not a lot. They're only 4. I have every single one but one max because I haven't dropped the T16 yet. So, you know, everyone but that. But yeah, Super Legacy, I got 2 of these. You obviously saw me unpack this yesterday in the championship video. Already maxed it out. Obviously, when I meant that was an insta max, I meant it. Okay, got my Roof BTR army. I got 2 S63s. Ooh, one thing I do want to talk about actually is the Porsche 968. I think, yeah, 968 Turbo S. So it has been brought to my attention that this is actually the best ultra rare for the rolling fast circuit, and I gave it a tier 4 rating in my RQ64 video. So yes, maybe because it's the best car for rolling fast circuit, and I didn't know that, so I do apologize. You know, there are just so many different tracks and so many different variations and standing and start, different conditions. It's really hard to keep track of every single one, but I try and do the most of what I know. But yeah, 968 Turbo S. Now that I know that it's the best on the rolling fast circuit, we have to take into account that it's the best in something, but we also have to take into account that a rolling fast circuit is a very rare track set. You don't see that often in clubs. There's only one track set I think in club that actually has rolling fast circuit, maybe 1 or 2. When it comes to multiplayer events, when you see a fast circuit, it's usually just a regular fast circuit. So it's not a common track set that this car is the best on, so I can't rate it as highly as, I don't know, the BMW M6. And the BMW M6, which is the best on the fast circuit standing, is also convertible. This isn't a convertible, it's in a coupe. It has a coupe body, which means that it's kind of racing in a pool of cars that are very, very cutthroat. You know, coupes are the most cutthroat when it comes to performance tire cars. So with all this taken into account, I would probably move the 968 out from tier 4 to tier 3. At the end of the day, it's still not a car that you should really be going for anyway, so not too big of a deal. But yeah, moving on, I have my Colorados, and there's the M6 convertible that I was talking about, also 2000s. And then we have 3 Aston Martin Repeat S's. Obviously, I'm just showing you the fully upgraded ones. If you really want to see what my fuse material looks like, I'll just show you all 70 right now. Definitely no copyright for that because I made that tune up on the spot. These are literally all duplicates because I have the Viper Max. I have 3 of them max even. I got the DB3S Max, got the Gravel Express Max. Every single fuse ultra rare you see here are duplicates besides 2. One would be the RQ50 BMW. That's probably going to stay fused. And then the other one is the Porsche Cayman, which is probably the next ultra rare I'm going to work on. Oh, sorry, and the RX-7. So these 3 are the only 3. Everything else I've already have maxed. So the next one I'm going to work on is probably the Porsche Cayman, just because I don't have it yet. There's always an ultra rare being worked on in my garage. So right now is the Subaru Impreza WRX GDD, and you know, might as well, since we're here, I might as well put in the handling upgrade. So let's go. A little 10K investment. What can we add here? I'm gonna put in. I mean, once again, this is all my super rare fuse, but even then, I'm quite picky about what I want to kill off. Today, I think we are going to kill a Suzuki SX4. I really want to kill off the Lancia, but you might need 2 for the challenge, so I'm just going to keep a second one laying around. Let's do the Goose. No, the Goose stays. Ever since it got the Goose name, the Goose stays. We'll get rid of a Mercedes E320. I have one of those maxed already. And let's get rid of a Nissan as well, 450. Alright, very nice. So, yeah, one more fuse in that. That's going to be max. And then I'll start working on the Cayman. As you guys know, I work on my ultra rares one at a time. But anyway, we're going to talk about epics and legendaries in the next part. It's going to be a lot slower. It's going to be a lot more in-depth. I can share more stories, all that kind of stuff. Because that's really what everybody wants to see. But like I said, you know, it can't be a garage review. It can't be a garage tour if I only show the last 2 rarities. So, hope you enjoyed part 1, ultra rares, 2 commons. If you have any questions for anything, let me know down in the comments below. But with that said, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.